right. Shalom, shalom. To the 144,000, the elect. Before I get started, let me give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar Quadash. Double honor to the apostle Nels, great millstone. Peace and blessing to the brother that preaching the truth in the four winds of the earth. May Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, have mercy upon you. I'm on Danny Hawphone, Hayphone, Hawphone, Hawphone, right? Okay, the name of this video is Iran war over, U.S. warship sinking, Pentagon in panic, Larry Johnson and Patrick Henningsen. So in other words, shit stinks. I mean literally, shit stinks. U.S. Navy warship Gerald R. Ford are having plumbing/sewage problems. I thought it was a joke, right? Because the men that they were doing, they was joking, right? But hey, it's the truth, because I Googled it. But before I actually go to what I Googled and a couple other videos, I'm gonna just go to this right here. And, it's quite long, about an hour and 16 minutes. Well, it is an hour and 16 minutes, so just listen up.
Larry Johnson, and we have geopolitical analyst and commentator Patrick Henningsen of 21st Century Wire. Gentlemen, thanks so much for joining me today.
Great to be with you, Danny.
Well, I have to go over this story. We can begin with you, Larry. So apparently the USS Gerald Ford is sinking, but not in the way you might think. It's kind of sinking amidst its own sewage. And this comes amid massive reports of morale that is just absolutely tanking. It is in the SHITER, so to speak. And I'm just going to pull this story up here. So apparently there's a major speed bump in the Iran war that the U.S., the Trump administration, is trying to wage, that you have 4,600 on board who have been on board now nearly a year. And since that time, there have been massive sewage problems that have only just now been reported by the Wall Street Journal. But this comes amid massive, just absolutely... I think bombshell reports that sailors themselves, there were some reports that they were stuffing T-shirts in the toilets, some rumors maybe of a passive mutiny among some of them who want to not be at sea anymore. They were in the Caribbean.
Y'all hear that? Huh? You heard what he just said? Said that they were stuffing T-shirts and, other materials in the toilets to get the ship back to America. They've been on the shore for a whole year, for a year or more, right? And they don't want. They know that these. See, what Esau Edom has waken up, right? The scriptures speak about the children of damn. I'll wait through that. The children of light versus the children of I find a precept. I can't even think right now. I'm trying to get my in other words, they don't want to be there because they know these people selling them out. And they say, how many times you have heard them say, I'm talking to government people, especially up to what's the name, Bill Gates. And them talking about they trying to delete 7 billion people. And what's the best way to delete that many people? That just to try to get to that number. War.
Then they had to travel all the way to the Middle East. I think they docked at Crete recently in order to get a break and get some working toilets. So, Larry, let's talk about this because it comes amid reports now that there are major frustrations with this war pushed by the Trump administration. The Pentagon is warning it's not a good idea. Now you have thousands of sailors on this aircraft carrier that are essentially swimming in their own poop.
Well, the metaphor of saying that somebody's full of shit, well, in this case, they actually are, or they're filling up with shit on board the ship. Reportedly they're standing in line for 45 minutes to relieve themselves. Yeah, that'd make me a tad grumpy. And so this is to expect them to operate under combat conditions and that kind of, when they're faced with that kind of physical discomfort. Look, this deployment, massive deployment of combat air assets, accompanied by what I'll call is a paltry deployment of naval assets. And let's not kid ourselves. When we conducted Operation Rough Rider a year ago in March in Yemen, in the Red Sea, we had 2 aircraft carriers there with 5 other support ships. Until the Gerald Ford was limping into the Mediterranean, you only had 1 aircraft carrier with 3 support ships. And it was staying 1,000 miles offshore because it was afraid to get blown up. We actually learned why all of this was being done yesterday, or from the day before, in that interview that Steve Witkoff did with Laura Trump on Fox News, in which he was saying, "God, why aren't these Iranians capitulating? We've shown up with all this military force." It turns out there was no plan for attack. And I missed the signal. I should have talked about it earlier. But you're not going to have an attack on Iran until you start seeing the embassies getting rid of non-essential personnel and or closing. We've only seen that in Lebanon right now. But Baghdad's still intact. Riyadh.
So I mean, hey, I'm gonna go up a little because I want them to go in depth to concerning that right a little more. Or the precept I was talking about earlier when I said concerning these Edomites, these so-called white men, they are very aware of what's going on, and they're not hiding the fact. They're just open, just bluntly just open with coming up against what? The government. Whether it don't matter whether it's Democrat, Republican, whatever. They are literally getting ready. We're definitely getting ready for all our war right over here in America amongst the people. Before what? Before that fire hit. But that Luke 16:8 concerning the children of this world, right? And versus the children of light. The children of this world, let me read it, 16:8. And the Lord commended the unjust steward, because he had done wisely. For the children of this world are in their generation, meaning they're in rulership. And we know who ruled the earth. Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. Right? If it's not Esau, Edom, the so-called white man that is ruling the earth at this present moment, where and who is he? If it ain't him. Wake the hell up. For the children of this world are in their generation wiser than what? The children of light. Which are what? Which are the children that are in what? In captivity. Deuteronomy 28. Which is still under the curses, but still has what? A portion of that grace. It's still there. But, like I said earlier, these people are literally trying to trying to go home. They're trying to go home. They don't want to be out there to sea. Let me read some of these, because they're going to, that's their whole album. Let me read some of these comments here. Listen up this here, I'm going to show you. Right? Black Wolf Warrior says, no matter who we vote for, always end up with what? Netanyahu as president. That's some. Let me see. Them they got number 12, 39, 9, 18. All this postering costs billions. Meaning, all they said. I don't think a president ever done that. Sent all that hardware over there like that and got it in the midst of the sea for it to get sunk. Right? He said all this posturing costs billions. Imagine it being spent to improve America's done. Infrastructures, hospitals, schools, affordable homes, and what create living wages. Don't you see? Even in the midst of America, the world sees this place falling. Right? I'm talking about Americans, and what are they doing? They're still having hope. I mean, it's a good thing for Edomite to have hope. The so-called white man to have hope because this is his kingdom. But you Israelites, y'all got hope. Y'all hoping this place don't go anywhere. Especially you jokers that are sold out. Deacon Hakar. You know, y'all think this place is gonna continue for another 10, 20, 30 years. But hey, I mean, it's amazing how, hey man, listen, I'm not the only one, but I'm not the only one that, all the brothers call this joke out. But I definitely say that this joke, it won't be for the 2026. He'll be what? He'll be there. What that is? What that group was? What's the name of that group? Sakari. Damn, boy, they're not even they're not even being remembered in what in people's minds. And a lot of people are defending that joke, defending them joking, man. Now I wonder how they feel now. How y'all feel now? Y'all trying to feel, y'all trying to for them demons, devils. Let me turn that light off. I don't need that much light. But anyway, go on. See, TM says China is dumping treasuries faster than U.S. is dumping sewage. Hey man, that's a lot of people. 4,600 people. 4,600 people. That's a lot of people. Jim says sounds like Iran's government is more what democratic than the U.S. See all that democratic public shit. If Iran strikes, it would be what? Like striking a shitty duck. Hey man, they are actually making jokes of America. So, let me see. We're trapped in a two-party system controlled by one country. Now, the elites control all this here, and this is why you see the infrastructure of America being tore down, right? This this is Babylon. Babylon has to fall, right? In order for the kingdom of heaven to come. So this is the main source of what's in the scope, should I say? This is the main main kingdom, which is America, Babylon. This place here is what is in the crosshairs of the Lord, man. First and foremost, and then what? Israel. They are both because Israel it's gonna get leveled, but it's not gonna get leveled like America. Okay, each track, send me a couple more. China, Russia, and Iran are not threat to the U.S. The threat to U.S. is Israel. Yeah. Let me put in the replies right, man. Let me see what they say. Well then, why haven't we taken Israel down, huh? Come on, why? Because the elite controls all of the aspects of those wicked. We just say Trump, DJ Trump. The elites control all of them, man. It's all of them. Because your leaders are what? Are compromised, and they're greedy. They're always wanting more and more, obeying. Spell the name wrong, but we take Benjamin. I got that from the brother. Say Benjamin, not a Jew, right? They are what? They are getting more for instant Trump plans to build a Trump casino in Gaza. They are all in the same team, and ordinary citizens are what? Are nothing to what? To your leaders. Anyway, let's go to this. To give you a little more proof concerning the Warship, right? That it's true. Cause I was like, no, that don't even sound right. Let me get around this camera real quick. Okay, I put in the in Google, right? I say is U.S. Navy warship USS Gerald Ford having problems with plumbing and sewage system? And he said yes. AI overview say what? Yes. The USS Gerald R. Ford CVN-78.
USS Gerald R. Ford has indeed struggled with its plumbing.
Good Lord. Goddamn phone talking, y'all. Y'all see that? Boy, I tell you, when I wanted to talk, it wouldn't talk, y'all. It's been what, a couple of days since that damn phone talked. I could never get it to talk. And now I want to talk, and now I want to speak up. Ain't that something? They're always listening in, y'all folks. It said yes, back again, say yes, the USS Gerald R. Ford CWN-78 has experienced persistent and severe plumbing issues with its vacuum-based sewage system during deployment. The ship vacuum-based sanitary system designed for what? For smaller volumes suffered from repair clogged. Something seeing over 200 failures in just 4 days, forcing crew members to wait in line for working toilets. And they ain't lying, y'all. They even gave, I'm going to come back to this here. Look at this here. They even gave us what? Look, there they go right there. See at the top right here? If I click on it, let me see if they're going to put it up. But it's showing it right here. Right? The toilets. So I'm going to click on this video here. I'm going to see if they're going to put it up. I'm going to click it up.
USS Gerald R. Ford, the world's largest warship, a symbol of America's might, appears to be at breaking point. Plumbing problems are persisting for the supercarrier, adding to the frustration of 4,600 sailors who have been at sea since June 2025. USS Gerald R. Ford was commissioned in 2017 at a staggering cost of $13 billion. The carrier introduced innovative technologies including a vacuum-based sewage system adapted from cruise ships to conserve water. But according to reports, the system's narrow pipes have proven inadequate for a crew of over 4,600 sailors, leading to frequent clogs and vacuum failures. During its 2025 deployment, the USS Ford reportedly averaged one sewage-related maintenance call per day. Emails point to 205 breakdowns over 4 days, with engineer teams working 19-hour shifts to address leaks and overflows. The issues persist into 2026, as the carrier's deployment has been extended amid escalating tensions between the US and Iran, and the unsanitary conditions are taking a toll on the morale of sailors who are already under pressure.
Well, that's a lot of shit, ain't y'all? It said USS Gerald R. Ford crisis plumbing, toilet failures, crew fatigue, and rising Iran war fears, right? Now that fatigue, you know that fatigue coming from, right? Not being able to take a shit, y'all. And you know, people probably, you know, shitting in towels and t-shirts or whatever, and then what? Trying to flush them. Probably told them don't throw it in the sea. Hey, man, this is what we got. Or hey, again, could be what? Could be them trying to what? Someone trying to get home. because they've been out in the sea since June.
The USS Gerald Ford has been deployed since June 2025 and was previously in the Caribbean ahead of the January operation that captured Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro. That has led to one of the longest deployments in naval history and is beginning to take a toll on sailors as well as their families. According to a report in the Wall Street Journal, some sailors have missed deaths in their families or have been separated from their young children. This is making daily life on board increasingly difficult amid the pressure of preparations for a potential war.
They don't want to be out there, man. Nobody wants to be. They know this. All this shit here is what? It's strategically planned, and it's what? It's all for what? For a purpose. Don't have anything to do with none of us. But it having to do with that when it comes to what? When they get ready to bring that hammer down our ass, they're gonna. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet, y'all. So we gonna get it.
With Iran. Iran has already threatened to sink USS Gerald R. Ford in case of any strike by America. Extended deployments, crew fatigue, and recurring technical malfunctions are combining into one big operational strain. Because today, modern warfare is no longer defined by just firepower. If morale and reliability are starting to fray before any conflict even begins, it's a big wake-up call.
Man, you can't even accommodate 400 to 600 people, man. And that big old shit. Ain't nothing but a big old toilet. Right now, that place ain't nothing but a big old ass toilet. Let's go back to this right here, right? Okay, yes, the USS Gerald R. Ford, the CVNs that 78 has experienced persistent and severe plumbing issues with its vacuum-based sewage system during deployment. The ship's vacuum-based sanitation system designed for what? For smaller volumes suffers from regular clogs, sometimes seeing over 200 failures in just 4 days. That's a lot. Forcing crew members to wait in line to use the bathroom, man, to use the toilet. It said a key detail regarding the situation, system failure. The 650 toilets on board frequently clog, causing significant maintenance issues with repair teams working 19-hour shift to manage the crisis. Planning shit all day. Can you imagine that? Probably a bunch of jakes too. Maintain costs, right? The system requires specialized acid flushes that cost approximately $400,000 per treatment. God, let me see something here. 400,000 times, they say, 200 failures in 4 days. So, let me see. 400,000. God damn, boy, that's 400,000 per treatment. 4 days. So you got what? 50. 50 or what? 50 a day. Right? So let's see how much money that is, y'all. 400,000. Yeah, bear with me, y'all. 400,000 times, what I say, 50. Ooh, Lord, can't even add it up, y'all. What's that, 20 by 20 million? Yeah. That's what I got, y'all. Probably about like 20 million, something like that. Right? Hey, well, hey, I ain't a good math student, but hey, anyway, so that's what we got. 400,000 per treatment to clear, which are typically only possible while the ship is in port. Operational impact. While U.S. Navy officials maintain that the ship remains mission capable and the issues do not hinder overall combat readiness. Yeah, right. The plumbing problems have significantly impacted crew morale and comfort during the extended deployment. How are they gonna jump on? Now, what if they got an emergency and they got to jump on those. The pilot got to jump on those planes just to take off, and they sitting in line waiting for the toilet. Woo, Lord. Hey, man, it is what it is. Let's see, root cause. The root cause, y'all. Hey, the root cause. The root cause of reports indicate the vacuum technology used for what? For waste disposal struggles to handle the high volume of waste from a crew of 4,500, say 46, but 4,500, don't matter, 4,500, 4,600, with issues often involving improper materials clogging the narrow pipes. So we just said they clogging that shit up, right? These issues have been described as a plumbing headache that has haunted the $13 billion vessel, with problem persisting even after initial maintenance attempts. So there you have it. Gerald order full crisis, plumbing, toilet failures. Yeah, let me see something. I was trying to actually get the let me click on this video here, because I see the toilet right here, y'all. Let me click on this video. Let me see if it's gonna give me the toilet right here. I just want to see the toilets. That's the same video.
USS Gerald R. Ford, the world's largest warship, a symbol of America's might, appears to be at breaking point. Plumbing problems are persisting for the supercarrier, adding to the frustration of 4,600 sailors who have been at sea since June 2025.
Y'all bear with me. Alright, let's go back over here. Let's hear a little more of this here, right? Then I'm going to my lesson. I'm not trying to be long anyway. I'm gonna go about right here. I'm gonna secure it about right here. Y'all bear with me. About 3-4 more minutes, and I'm gonna go into the lesson.
I know you remember 2025. You talk about it all the time, and I'm wondering if you could speak on the crisis that is facing the U.S. Navy, U.S. military on this Iran front, because you might remember from back in February 2025, you just have aircraft carriers like the USS Truman just colliding into a merchant ship. No reason, no understanding why. They say they have no idea why. Then you also had, during the Yemen bombings, you had evasive maneuvers being taken by an aircraft carrier, which led to, I believe, not one, but 2 Super Hornet F-18s into the ocean. So, Larry, talk about the crisis that is faced. Like, what explains this crisis? Because it seems like also a functional crisis, like an inability to actually perform, so to speak. What's your assessment?
We're locked in the 20th century and have refused to understand that we're in the 21st.
And y'all can't see these people over here, right? Over here to the right here. Boy, when I tell you they getting down these jokes right here, they getting down these jokes. Somebody say the USS shit. Somebody say the USA Diaper Forces USS shit carrier. All laughing emojis. Say, wait until the Iranians roll out their quadrophobic big boomer missiles. Man, TPUS isn't. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm just reading the thing. It said 12-day. Do I say Israel didn't sue for what? For peace? Hey man, it is what it is.
Century. So let's look at a couple of the technological changes. First, I'm going to point out that the Chinese reportedly have given and deployed in Iran a radar that's described as a 3D radar detecting stealth aircraft. Its capability is, from where it is placed, it can see out 420 miles. So let's say that you put it at 100 miles from the coast, and so it's now looking 320 miles out past the western border of Iran. So it will see all of those F-35s coming, and well in advance, and be able to go after them. The same thing can be said if it's put on the southern coast. It would see a ship approaching within 300 miles. Now, interestingly, the United States is reportedly they're keeping that Lincoln carrier strike.
They don't need to see shit, because They gonna see it way before then because they got technology now. They using the same satellite system and everything. They technology is just as good as America or even better, or even better. So that was what shit. A little over a month ago, when Iran just was flying a damn what them damn things is, way in the sky, and it was hovering over the damn warship. Come on, man. Shit.
Group 1,000 miles offshore because of fear of the hypersonic missiles. What we're witnessing now is the end of a weapon system. The aircraft carrier was a great weapon system back in World War II.
Was. It ain't shit now.
Because at that time we didn't have in place a way to refuel aircraft in midair, and the only way to get these planes was from one point to another is either have them island hop and or put them on board a ship and fly them off the ship. But now with the advent of hypersonic missiles, which the Chinese have, the Iranians have, the Russians have, the United States doesn't have any note. They've been unable to develop that technology, which because it's not just that it travels above Mach 6, but that it is also maneuverable. Yes, U.S. has failed to accomplish that. But what it has done, it's now made these aircraft carriers completely irrelevant. That they are big, fat targets, nothing more. Mm-hmm. And let's just look tactically how were they going to be used? Well, if the Gerald Ford is in the Mediterranean, it can't be used to attack targets in Iran. Sorry. All it can do is try to provide air defense against inbound missiles and or drones. But the Abraham Lincoln, it's got a contingent of Tomahawk cruise missiles scattered among the destroyers that are its screening fleet.
Oh. But they don't have enough of them. They're gonna run out. They don't have enough of them. They're way out in the sea, man.
Okay, let's sorry to do this as math class, but hi, Danny Haifong, math for the modern age. If you're 1,000 miles offshore and you've got Tomahawk cruise missiles whose maximum range is 1,000 miles, how much damage can you do in Iran? Little, if any. So that means you got to bring those ships in closer to shore. And then once they're closer to shore, then you can extend the range. But maximum, they can really go about 950 miles inland, and that doesn't even get you to Tehran from the southern coast. So not all of the prime targets, both nuclear, ballistic missile, are on the coastal areas. They're in the interior, really beyond the reach of all these weapon systems we've set. So that's what I say. This doesn't make. Does this look like this was a planned operation to you? No. This is. This reminds me of that scene from the movie The Professional that had Jean Reno in it, and Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman's a corrupt cop, and his guys get all shot up by John Reno, who's his professional hitman, and he comes out and he says, "Call the station. Who do we want to bring?" "Everybody!" he yells. Bring them all.
Everyone. That's what he said. Bring me everyone. They're gonna need them. And that's what he did. He brought them all out to sea to sink. God damn. All right, y'all. I'm gonna gotta go ahead and let me get me some. Let me do this here right quick before I want to get this ship on here before I actually go on my lesson. Okay. Hope I can get that view right there. All right, let's go to Psalm 37 and verse 7. I'm going to start at 7. Rest in the Lord, Yahweh, and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way. Because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass, cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to what? To do evil. Listen up. For evil, not what I want, hold up. That with me, y'all. For evildoers shall be, no, verse 10, I'm sorry. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Thou shalt what? Diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. So Esau, Edom, all of the all of the warships, no matter if they had 15, 20 of them out there, I just still don't think they can win. They can't win. Because you on the shore, that's just like just say Russia, China, all of them was over there in the Bay Area and trying to fight America over there, the 600 miles outside of the Bay from America. America will have a chance then. Cause they got what? They got endless materials, bombs, and you name it, endless shit over there, right? So this is what America is putting themselves in. You know that precept I want a man. It wasn't 30. It was y'all bad with me, man. 21. Joe. I think it was Joe. Yeah, it was Joel 21. Well, but I want to come back to that anyway, though. I want to come back to that. Yeah, I want to come back to that. Anyway, they don't have opportunity to do anything to well, of course the American they're gonna put some damage down, but it's not gonna be, they're not gonna win it. They're not gonna win, because why we say they're not gonna win? Because it's not prophesied for them to win. That's first and foremost. Prophecy is what? Prophecy is what it is. The prophecy say that what? That they're going to lose, and they're going to lose. Just like Israel is going to lose. Right? Job 21 in verse 29. Have ye not asked them that go in the way, and do ye not know their what? Their tokens? So meaning what? Goes into what? Signs. You know, the average person cannot see the signs of the last days, of what's going to transpire with the wicked, because the wicked, they're still proud, they're still boasting in their proudness, and they're taking risk because they're so proud. Look at Trump. They proud as hell. All that hardware out there to be what? To be sunk in the sea. Verse 30. That the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction, meaning set aside. That goes into what? That can go into our people as well, because the wicked and our people that follow the wicked, and the wicked, they all are going to get the same what? The same token of what? Of death by fire. The wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. Who shall declare his way to his face, and who shall repay him what he has done? Yet shall he be brought to the what? The grave, and shall remain in the what? The tomb. Go to Jeremiah right quick. Let me see something here. Change it up a bit. I wasn't trying to be long, y'all. I was just trying to get a few precepts. I hadn't really thought about it anyway until I just right before the video ended, right? Okay. Let's go back over here to Psalm 37. Where was I? Had 37. Yeah, Psalm 37. Let's go back over to Psalm 37. I kind of lost my way. Oh, y'all bear with me. You know y'all impatient as hell. Verse 12. Psalm 37 and 12. The wicked, who's the wicked? Esau, Edom. Starting with what? The wicked elite, which is the Rothschild, Rockefeller, DuPonts, blah, 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 blah. The wicked plotteth against the what? The just, meaning the Israelite, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that this day is what is coming. So the Heavenly Father is laughing at these jokers. Esau, America, Babylon is going to continue to have what? It's going to continue to have the problems that they're having, and they're going to be putting themselves out there in the manner to where they so proud until they can't see all of the mistakes that they are making. So the Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and the needy, and to slay such as be of upright what? Conversation. Verse 15. The sword shall enter into their own heart, in their bows shall be what? Shall be broken. So all they doing is setting up for their what? Their own destruction. Hey man, once that MOTB, most of you all get that that microchip, and y'all buying and selling, and you thinking everything all right. That's when all hell gonna break loose. Because from that point, now you're gonna be justified in what? And you getting that missile. Now from that point, you will be justified in what? And taking that death by fire, which is the second death. Verse 17 of Psalm 37 and verse 17. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord Yahweh upholdeth the righteous. The Lord knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall what? Shall be forever. The upright. Start first and foremost what? The elect. Elect, the hopeful elect, should I say. They shall not be ashamed in what? In the evil time. So Jacob trouble. They're going to slowly, well, it ain't slowly, it's moving fast actually. And things are getting worse than what you think, because the dollar have depreciated even more. Why the dollar is depreciating daily? Not even monthly, not even weekly, daily. Because you got countries that are what? That are ditching the dollar. Right? Just had what? I seen it before the brother put it up this morning, but I seen it early this morning. What is 40 countries? I could put it up, but that just draw me on a little further. 40 countries, I'm just saying 40 countries have ditched the dollar, and they have joined themselves I'm trying not to be along with this here. Revelation, they'll join the, y'all bear with me, mind everywhere, and tired, sleeping, some more stuff, but hey, the word got to go out. Oh, EU in concerning hating the whore, right? Hey, that scripture right there, that scripture that probably been read more than any other scripture, especially within the last 2 to 3 months. We just say 3 to 60 to 90 days, right? That scripture right here in the 10 horns, which is the European Union / NATO, which thou what? Sawest upon the beast, these shall what? Shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. So this is what? This is the whole. America is the whole. Is that what? That are actually putting themselves out there by going out in the sea and thinking that they're thinking that they're what? That they're untouchable. Because they got them damn all planes stuck on the damn. They ain't nothing. If they're not in the air, they ain't no good. You got all them planes on that, all them jets and shit on that USS what's that, Gerald R. Ford. They ain't worth shit. They're just sitting there. If they ain't in the air, they no good. And you can't do it. Shit, man. You know it ain't even worth talking about it no more. Let me get this preset. I'm gonna close this out. Let's go to 17. Let's stay in Psalms. I wasn't trying to do a whole lot. Look at. Hold up. All right. 9. Because actually, you know, like I spoke earlier concerning the MOTB, I could go a little further, but I'm not going a little further. I'm just gonna hit this precept here, which is it's 22. Psalm 21. Psalm 21 and 9. Thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thy anger. The Lord Yahweh shall swallow them up in his wrath. In the fire shall what? Shall devour them. So, you know, Esau Edom is preparing to push forward. I hope they're going to do it tonight, right? Push that MOTB. So y'all can what? So y'all can run and get it, and y'all gonna be what? Gonna be probably eating good, real good, eating your cereal and milk again, and your junk food, cause y'all missing that junk food right now. You know, a lot of these women gonna what? Y'all gonna lose a lot of weight around here. You can't eat all that junk, all that poison anymore. Verse 10: Their fruit shall thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men. Open that to Obadiah 1 and 18, right? For they intended evil against thee. They imagined a mischievous device, which they are what? Are not able to perform. That goes into what? The mark of the beast, MOTB, New World Order. So this is, I could have brought out precepts concerning the war, first woe, this past, second woe, the third woe. But hey, I just want to change it up a bit more concerning us being what? Taking over. Because we're waiting for what? Rulership, man. Waiting for this place to be destroyed. And this place is it's way overdue. Y'all passed your 250. You celebrate your 250 years. So it's at its end. So we're what? We're in the process of what? We're preparing to celebrate. Because once we see the missiles drop and they go to bombing one another, but we'll know when they're gonna come when they start pushing the MOTB anyway. Once they push the MOTB, hey, it could happen that same day. But let me close this out, man. I don't want to ramble anymore. So call Allah Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakak Kudash, Shalom.